Right, welcome folks. Here's my review of the first Omen. I will do as non-spoilers as possible. This is a non-spoiler review. This is a prequel. It is a prequel to the original movie. Okay, it is a prequel. This was amazing. This is not your standard prequel. You might watch prequels or continuations and hear prequels or reboots and remakes and just go roll your eyes and go, my God. Nah, mate. No. This was superb. This was quite something. This was quite something. From a director, Arkasha Stevenson. Someone I've never heard of before, but someone I am well on the lookout for moving forwards. Because this was exceptionally well made. This was exceptionally well made. So what's the story? Well, very, very similar, believe it or not, of course, to Immaculate. But again, much better. Immaculate's crap compared to this. A young American woman goes to Rome in 1971 to take her vows to begin her life of service to the church. And essentially, things start to go awry. Obviously, it's called The First Omen, so, and you know what the Omen's about. It's not a spoiler to be like, the Antichrist happens, or, you know, elements of the Antichrist happen, right? This is not a stretch. That's standard. This is what this story's about. It's not a spoiler. Okay. This is written, I'm looking at it now, it's written by Tim Smith and Arkasha Stevenson and Keith Thomas, and directed by Arkasha Stevenson. This is, and I don't want to say it's an homage, because it's not. An homage almost insinuates that it, I guess, placates a little bit to the original movie, or in some way it pales in comparison to the original movie, or, you know, these kind of things. So it's not an homage. This is shot, edited, scored, sound designed, everything in the style reminiscent of the original. This has such incredible sound design. And even from the moment we see Rome 1971 come across the screen, and I looked at it, instantly the color grading was perfect. The shots were perfect. People's costume was perfect. Everything about this in terms of its setting and how it's shot was just great. It was so expertly done. It's those sort of dull, muted colours, but still yet vibrant, of the 70s that you would get, you know, with that film grain as well. This is so well done. It's very clearly put together by people who have a deep appreciation for the original and a deep appreciation for film, right? Because that's important. People that put this together very clearly loved it. Right. It stars Nell Tiger Free. And again, I've got to read some of these names because that's an unusual name. Nell Tiger Free plays Margaret, or Margarita, who is the young American. And she does a great job because she has some really tough lines of dialogue to pull off and some brutal acting that she's got to go through with in her role. And she did a great range on display. You know how you look at some people and they're just kind of one note? Even if they're trying to be scared, or, you know, horror movies can create a one note character. They can create individuals that just go, I'm scared, you know? But there's a lot of depth to this person. Very, very clearly kind of losing the plot. But is she losing the plot? It's fantastic. It also stars Ralph Ineson. You'll recognise him from his voice. He's in the trailer. Great actor. Really good to see him in this. It's always great when he pops up. I think he's a fantastic actor, actually. So, you know, it's nice to see him. It does star Charles Dance in this as well. Always good to see him pop up. Bill Nighy. Maria Caballero, new actress. Never seen her before. She was great in this. And then everyone else is kind of fine. Not really any worth mentioning. because the predominant character... There's one more, actually, that's worth mentioning. And there's someone which isn't listed, but that is the individual that plays Carlita. I don't understand why she's not listed in here. Like, I'm looking at the... Yeah, I'm looking. She's not here, so it's a bit of a strange one, really, because she was quite good in this as well. Not a huge role, but still quite good. So I'll be remiss if I didn't mention her performance, albeit somewhat, I don't know, downplayed here and there. It's still a very, very good performance. I really enjoyed the set pieces. The cinematography in this is just absolutely superb. Whoever did the cinematography was just stellar. Genuinely stellar. The cinematography is by Aaron Morton. He did the director of photography there. And it is very much shot like it should be to, again, not pay respects. I hate using that term, pay respects, homage, all this kind of stuff, in the style of, all these kind of things, because it feels like a cheap, when you say those terms, it feels like a cheap rip-off, and it's not. This is very clearly made by people that adore these films. This is in the truest sense, one of the best prequels I've ever seen, and a true prequel to this franchise. It fits perfectly in this franchise because it is so well put together. So well put together. Arkasha Stevenson, again, someone that I've never... Well, they did Cherry Flavour. There you go. Cherry Flavour was something on Netflix, which was brilliant as well. So there you go. They did one of those episodes. But this is their first feature film by the looks of it. It is, yep. It is their first feature film. So that makes sense as to why I've never heard of them. But someone I would definitely look out for. Now, is this on par with Late Night with the Devil? This is a true horror film, whereas Late Night with the Devil isn't it's kind of a horror, but not a horror. It is a horror, but not a horror. This is a fantastic horror film. Well worth your time if you like horrors from the 70s and the 80s, right? If you don't like horrors from the 70s and the 80s, you will probably find this like a bit too much. Like the sound there's a lot to deal with. The way they sort of edit it together with fade outs here and fade ins there, right? All of this stuff is very, very reminiscent. It is, that's what it is. It is very 70s. So if you don't like those films, you're not going to like this. But if you enjoy those films, you will appreciate this so much. Strong recommendation from me. Pisses all over Immaculate. Immaculate was terrible by comparison to this. Genuinely. So there you go. I don't have too much else to say on this. I've rambled quite a lot here, but I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. So I'm just going to splurge out and be as, gratuitously complimentary as possible. Go watch it, and if you have, let me know what you think. It released today. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.